Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. We are starting out the day with Bitcoin right around $97,000. Hey, was it just a day ago when we fell down to 89,000 or 90,000 live on air? I think it was just yesterday. I told you guys, hey, do not panic. Okay, this is normal. Wall Street tends to overreact, but continue to course and hold on DCA. And now we are coming back up, and it's looking pretty good. We got the momentum back. We got some good economic data, and we got some pretty big news for Meta. And besides that, many other things. So the U.S. market is starting out in the green finally. Yesterday was in the red, and same thing with Monday. But yeah, and that's due to this. We got PPI inflation reading. Wholesale prices rose only 0.2% in December versus the expected 0.4%. So that's pretty good. Whatever you have inflation readings or economic data that comes in below consensus at this point in time is good, because again, everyone's worried about inflation. Everyone does not want to see inflation go up, and many on Wall Street fear that, hey, if Americans are not poor and have a bunch of money, then inflation's going to go up because they're going to start buying things again, right? So this is good. This is the first piece of inflation data that we got. But tomorrow, we will get another one that may be even bigger, CPI reading, okay? But this gives you a good idea of what's to come. And we got jobless claims and manufacturing data and all these other stuff that's coming out this week. But at this point in time, weakness with economic data is actually good for markets, okay? Right now, we, in 15 days, 2 weeks, we will get another FOMC meeting. It's pretty much baked in that we will not get another rate cut this month. But next month, or no, 2 months after that, in March, we will get another FOMC meeting. And right now, it's like 21% to 78%. So if tomorrow's inflation actually shows, again, less than expected, and some of the manufacturing data comes in less than expected, then this 21.6% can definitely start rising up. Maybe it become 50-50, and then that'll be pretty good overall. Okay, that's what we want to see. Well, that's what Wall Street wants to see. And I guess overall, as Americans, we want to see that too. We want to see the rates come down. Okay, and then the money starts swirling, the liquidity injection happens, and that's awesome all around, right? And we know in 7 days, the inauguration is going to happen. And you know who's becoming buddies with President Trump? I think you guys all know. Now, what else is going on is this, and I really think this could happen. I know it didn't happen for Microsoft, but because of how pro Mark is with Trump and I think many discussions or many meetings or whatever phone calls they had, right? Mark is not oblivious that Trump is going to make Bitcoin a strategic reserve. He's not oblivious to that. Meta has tens of billions of dollars. In fact, $72 billion in liquid assets. Like many other tech giants, like Microsoft and Google and Amazon, these companies have tens of billions of dollars sitting there, and they don't know what to do with it. So investors, shareholders, advisors are all telling Mark to get in Bitcoin, right? Not that he needs to be any richer. He's already like the fifth richest person on the planet. But if Meta decides to announce that, hey, we're going to start buying Bitcoin with our cash pile, this will cause a cascading effect. It's kind of like what we want to see with Microsoft, but Microsoft shareholders are a bit too conservative still for Bitcoin. I think Meta can be actually the first tech giant to do so, especially looking at all the moves that Zuck has been doing recently, trying to cozy up with, of course, Trump and making all the moves to, especially this is also something that's coming out because, well, I mean, this is all like timed perfectly because we know TikTok is about to shut down, right? And then, of course, who benefits the most? IG does. And this also has a lot to do with that. But outside of Meta, we know that, hey, besides companies, we got countries. So here's a good list. I always talk about this, and we already know US, we know China and Russia, right? But what about some of these others? Brazil is also in the works. And then you got like Switzerland, you got Germany, Japan, Venezuela, Hong Kong, Poland, South Africa. You got so many. We're talking about countries now that are looking to embrace Bitcoin. I mean, how can you ignore Bitcoin at this point, right? There's no way you can ignore Bitcoin. Thailand, another country, right? And then, Japan, they have many, many companies now that are following in Saylor's footsteps. Remix Point buys another 33.3 Bitcoin. We got Metaplanet. I haven't heard about them recently, but they're over 1,000 Bitcoin. I mean, you got the FOMO train hitting on all cylinders right now. Okay, so it's looking pretty darn good. That's why, again, I've been saying dips are gifts. Even yesterday when it started out, it was like, oh my God, it seemed like the world was falling. It wasn't. Okay, we get shakeouts. We get market manipulation. We get overreaction due to inflation news. It happens. We even had like Black Swan events before, right? Bitcoin does not care. It moves forward, and that's why you don't want to miss out. Here, you got a Italian bank that's going to be purchasing or investing in Bitcoin. Purchase of 11 Bitcoin was confirmed after a leaked email, right? See, this is the thing. Not every company is so forthcoming in announcing that they purchased Bitcoin. Some are still hiding it because they still think it's a little taboo or something, right? So this actually came out after a leaked email came out. So bottom line is there are more companies and financial institutions that hold Bitcoin than we even know. There are so many that probably has been acquiring, including countries like China, who's probably taking a cut from all the Bitcoin miners, and Russia now going to do the same thing. You just don't know.